It's just different.
Yeah, you already know what it is. Pure money, baby. I keep a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. I said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Come and hang with the gang. Get some free game added to your mainframe. Gotta keep your mind sharp, we gotta maintain. And it's even better when the squad on the same thing. Steady swishing on the competition. We ain't tripping about the opposition. We on a mission and we got a vision. People in need, we believe we got it like I give a couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. Said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like my money pure. Said I like my money pure. Oh no, I like my money pure. The bag is secure. Yeah, I like my money pure. I like my money pure. I like my money. Been slept on, money never stepped on. We increasing positivity until the stress gone. Satan tried to hold the squad back, but we kept on. We ain't making this up, no Revlon. I ain't trying to make you blush, but this a highlight. We send the high vibes, homie, this a high life. We rising far above the game, that's a flyby. But we still connected to the source, that's that Wi-Fi. Reception, now we answer the call. This squad taking questions and we answer them all. We don't wanna see you fall, we wanna see you ball. We all gon' eat with the peeps, we gon' feed them all. Couple in the bag, homie, I ain't gotta brag. Even when the hater try to doubt me, I just got another contract. Watch the dollars follow back. Let me tell you one thing about me. I said I like my money pure. I like my money pure. Okay, I like.
Hey, what's happening out there? That's my millionaire earners. I guess I need to take this off the screen so y'all can see me. What's going on with everybody? I hope that you're having a blessed start to your week here. Well, today I got a little something special that I want to talk to you guys about. And honestly, it's about how do you become a successful millionaire. Now, I want to teach you guys some hacks that I've learned that keep me where I'm at today, that also got me to where I'm at today. And as I've had quite a few mentors that have taught me this game of business, they kind of did the same stuff too. You know, one beauty that I've also realized about, becoming successful, earning the type revenue that you want, chances are that you're going to learn this information from somebody. And when you learn the information from somebody, you usually keep doing the things that they're doing. So all of the techniques that I have learned over the time, I've learned them from other elders that were in the places that I wanted to be, doing the things that I wanted to do. And it was just simple, small hacks that they incorporated into their life. And if you incorporate these daily, you'll 9 times out of 10 get the exact same results. Now, I do want to say right now, it ain't going to be easy. It is not going to be easy at all. But I promise you, the little baby task and things that you'll need to do, it's not hard. The reason it's not easy is because you got to consistently do it every single day. And if you miss a day, well, you mess it all up. But hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, shout outs to my man, Tony.
Hey, y'all.
Had to put that hey, y'all on there, man. I forgot I had all these voiceovers right there to make this thing a little lively. But make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this out with 3 other business owners, entrepreneurs that need to hear about some hacks that's going to help them stay in or become a millionaire. Don't forget as well, make sure that you are putting down there in the chat too where you're tuning in from. And I am a millionaire. You never know who's listening live or maybe listening on replay. They may be listening live or maybe listening. Sorry, I had to yell at the dog real quick. that they need to learn about this information as well. So make sure that you guys are tying them in. You never know who's watching or listening on replay. It's always an ample time for you to network with each other too. But anyways, let's get into it. I don't want to hold you guys here all night tonight. Don't forget, we are here Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. On Tuesdays is our Dollars to Cents podcast segment where we really talk about business and the mindset. On Wednesdays is strictly government contracting. So if you want to know some government contracting information, you definitely want to be here tomorrow. And on Thursdays, we talk about the tools, in particular one SB Money Flow, but we talk about the tools and technology to help you guys as business owners and entrepreneurs, whether you're trying to learn some more information on the government side or you just want to learn how to do some good, clean business. We talk about it on Thursdays. So make sure again that you guys are locked in so you do not miss this information. But let's dive into it today. Pull up our notes here. Again, we will be talking about the 5 productivity hacks, because here's one thing that I learned, guys. The name of the game to becoming a millionaire is who's productive, right? I can immediately tell if somebody really, really wants to become a millionaire based off your productivity. And it's very easy for me to see. It's not hard. When I talk to individuals and I start asking you questions, your answers let me know where you stand at. And if you're not willing to work on your productivity, because I'm letting you know right now, majority of us have some productivity problems. Even myself. I'm not going to say that I'm the best at it. It's always something that we constantly have to keep working on. But if you don't acknowledge it, you don't start working on it. Now, in 2024, with technology and all of this stuff that's going on, every time you turn on the internet, the TV, whatever, it's all of this stuff jumping out at you, creating confusion, creating fear, and that stops you from being productive. So again, today, we're really going to be talking about these 5 hacks and really homing in on this whole thing of productivity. Now, I need you guys to type produce in the chat whenever you hear this, whether you're listening live on on replay. I want you to type produce, right? And you may be thinking about the food or whatnot, to produce food. No, I need you to produce. And I need you to remember this every day. Like, this should be a slogan that you have in the mirror when you wake up. I need to produce. If you're not producing, you will not get the results that you want. And it's just that simple. So again, these hacks today are going to help you to produce 10 times more than what you've ever produced. And it's going to help you produce 10 times faster. But again, if you don't incorporate them, if you don't practice them, it doesn't work out. Also, if you are watching on Instagram Live, I am telling you, I'm going to be showing you some things here a little bit later on. So you're going to need to be able to see the full screen possibly. So make sure that you guys are clicking the link in my bio and then clicking on the YouTube sign, and you'll be able to actually see the entire screen there. So we can talk a little bit further. You guys understand what I'm going over. I see we got the produce, same thing. Produce, all the same. I see Amber's in the building. We got to produce. We got Muhammad in the building. Got to produce. That's what I'm talking about. Ingina Mates. Probably saying that wrong, but yeah. We got you in the building, got to produce. Also, my LinkedIn people, if you guys have any comments or questions, I do have the LinkedIn chat open on my phone, so I can see if you ask me any questions throughout this evening. If you guys have questions watching live, make sure that you guys are putting a Q in front, and you can go ahead and drop your question, and I'll be able to answer them at some point of tonight. So let's get into it, guys. The number one, well, I don't want to say the number one. I don't really want to put these in a numerical order. It's just the first one that's up. The first thing is time blocking. Now, I want to know how many of you guys practice time blocking. Put a 1 in the chat if you actually truly practice your time blocking, or put a 2 in the chat if you don't know anything about time blocking or you just don't do it. And let me tell you, there's no right or wrong answer, okay? And I'll tell you guys in the beginning, when I first got rolling in business, time blocking was the absolute last thing that I was thinking about. I'm not going to lie to you. I kind of said things like this into my mind. I'll get to it later. You know, how many of y'all have ever used that? I'll get to it later. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever said those words before. And you tell me you ain't ever said, I'll get to it later, you is a lion. Okay. So that was one thing that I kept telling myself, hey man, I got time to get to it later. Another thing that I would tell myself is I'll remember to do it later, right? These are all things that, honestly, I'm devaluing my time. And I was cheating the brain. And if you guys have been with me all the time, I tell you, the brain is one of the most powerful things in the world. But if you don't learn how to utilize it correctly, well, you got this computer system that's sitting in between your shoulders and you're not operating it at its optimal performance. In order to get that thing working correctly, we have to time block. Now, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm going to show you or tell you so you can understand how important time blocking is. And of course, I'm going to show you some techniques that I utilize in order to block my time out. Now, I always tell you guys, in order to learn new information, I need you to understand that you're a baby, right? You got to go back to the baby stage of things. Like, how does a baby learn how to walk? Well, they got to try it out. They end up falling and then they get up and walk a little more, fall and get up. And then eventually they start running. And when they run, they fall until they get their balance all together. And then after they run, they start riding bikes. First it's with the training wheel, then they go without the training wheels. It's this progression that they do over and over again. Well, here's what ended up happening. The education system said, well, hold on, wait a minute. How do we teach people? We got to block out time. See, you learned all of this amazing information from grade school, and some went to college, some didn't. That's perfectly fine, however you choose. But the way that you learn words, okay? Because that's what it's really about. The smartest person just knows a lot of words, right? And they know how to use them different ways and how to listen and hear and respond to words that are being used. So how do we learn words? Well, we had to block it out in time. The math words that you learned in math class, you had about an hour to do it. Some of us had an hour and 30 minutes, hour 50, however that got blocked out. Well, we went to social studies, and then all of a sudden you started learning words of history. They called it history, but you started to understand history because they taught you words. So I need you to go back there. We got to go back to the way that we know how to learn. The only way that I'm going to get you to be able to learn things is you got to block it out. And the time blocking gets rid of all distractions. When you got into math class, you knew I was only here to learn math. I know I got Spanish later on. I know I got English after lunch. But for this hour and some change, I'm here to learn about math. And see, when we get out of school, we often forget all of the steps that took us all the way to graduation. That took you to having that hopefully 4.0 GPA. I ain't at 4.0 myself, but you get it, right? It was the time blocking. So we have to start to incorporate time blocking into our ecosystem if we want to learn information. And we understand that the smarter you get, the more information that you learn, you raise the amount of money that you earn because your value gets higher. The dummy ain't valued that high, so they don't get paid too much. But the smart person that just knows words, well, they get paid quite a bit of money. So how do we block time out? Well, here's a feature that I utilize. Now, I started out on pen and paper, but as I got better at it, I started actually incorporating this into my app on my phone. Everybody could utilize it. It's not something I created, and we all use our phones each and every day. You probably use your phones more than you do anything else, right? So I absolutely recommend that you incorporate technology into your time blocking because that's the era that we're in. But before you get to that, you probably need paper. And I don't mean like physical paper, but if you're a person that nothing beats writing stuff down. But you need to be able to see it. You can't just jump to technology without seeing it all orchestrated out. So I don't advise you to practice this immediately on the app with your phone. Instead, I advise you to practice it on paper first, and then you add it to the phone. And you got to keep doing this over and over again. And I know that takes time. You're like, Travis, why I got to write it down and then I got to transfer it to the electronic side? Why can't I just do electronic? I'm telling you, you won't be able to see. So, matter of fact, I'll take this if you guys get inside of my group. Okay. Well, highly advise you get inside of my private group, and I'll make sure that I put this inside of the group tonight. If for some reason I don't put it in there, somebody send me a message inside of the group, and I'll make sure that I give you my time management block right here. Now, what ends up happening is you take Monday through Sunday. We don't cheat days. If the man upstairs allowed us to wake up, that's 24 hours that we got to change our lives. So we need to make sure we got something that's from 12 to 12, because that's how the world operates. So the thing is, you can't cheat this. And what I mean by cheating this is you have to write out everything. So let me give you an example. When I go through this, for some individuals, they would say something like, okay, at 5:30 is family time, right? And they add this here too and say, we still in family time. And then I asked this simple question. Do you have any kids? And they're like, yeah, I got kids. Oh, okay. So from 5:30 to 6:30, you're with your kids and your significant other. Yeah, the significant other gets home a little bit later, but I'm mainly with the kids. How old are the kids? They usually get somewhere about 3 and 8 or something of that nature. Now, I used to let this slide until my nephew's son came to stay with me. He lived with me for a year and some change, and I had to time block. And I was cheating myself too, and I would put family time right here. Well, it wasn't family time, but you get it. And what I realized is ain't no damn kid sitting down for an hour listening to anything that you got to say. I don't care if you're the best parent in the world. You will not sit your child down for 1 hour and pour into them. Their attention span don't even want to hear it. And it's even worse in today's time, right? They don't want to hear you talk to them for a whole hour. So what I realize is you're being lazy right here. Because you could have talked to your kid in 20 minutes for whatever you was trying to talk to them about. Now, if you truly was with your child for an hour, I say, well, break this down. Don't you just put family time there. Tell me what you was doing with your child in an hour. And then all of a sudden, as they start writing this down, like, yo, it's only 22 minutes that I was with my child. Like, it was nowhere near. Like, we had to do his homework. Well, that only lasted 10 minutes. He completed most of it on the school bus. So again, this is cheating yourself. And nobody's going to slap you on the wrist for cheating yourself. Like, this is your future. This is your growth. So you got to learn how to not cheat yourself and block things out. Well, we got a lot of stuff to do. You're trying to get to $1 million. There's a whole lot of new things that are going to happen. There's a whole lot of communication that you got to do with other people. Show up at events, market yourself, post on social media, learn about social media, learn about sales and marketing. You got to promote and market your products and services out there every day. It's a lot of stuff to do, Travis. And some people say you only got 24 hours. I know that all of us need to go to sleep at some point. I sleep for 4 hours a day, so I got about 20 hours. I still got to work out in there too. So now all of a sudden I got about 18 hours. I still got to shower and eat. Well, all of a sudden I got about 16 hours. Sometimes I just want to relax for a second. Maybe I give myself 30 minutes to an hour. So now all of a sudden I got 15 to 14 hours a day to figure this thing called life out. And if you go to work, well, we got to take 8 hours off of that. And then you probably got to travel if you're not working from home. So now we talking 9 hours. So what? 9 minus 14, you got 5 hours. You got 5 hours to figure all of this other stuff out. Now, the reason behind this time blocking is because I told you, you only got 5 hours. What's going to happen is when you have found your 5 hours at 7:30, this allows you to tell people no. This allows you to not pick up the phone and get caught on Instagram because you know you ain't got time. This allows you that when people call you to distract you, you hit the ignore button because you've already blocked out the time. Again, they didn't let you do this in school. They didn't let you pick up the phone while the teacher was on the board teaching lessons. They didn't allow you to pick up the phone and call a friend when they gave you instructions to do it. You had to actually do it in the class. They didn't allow that. So why do we start allowing it as adults? Because we got out of the school system? I'm telling you, you got to put yourself back in it. We got to put ourselves back in the structure of it. And it all starts with time blocking. If you picked up and understood what I just told you right here, I want you to type time blocking in the chat. If you understand the value, the importance of time blocking, I want you to type right now, time blocking in the chat that you're listening to. And if you're listening on replay, I want you to type it then. When this kicks in, I need you to start type time blocking. That's the first thing that we got to do. We got to get our time right. Your time is of value. But if you don't treat it like this, well, then you don't have any valuable time. The second thing that we got to worry about here, after we get done with the time blocking skills that we are going to be incorporating, we got to learn this thing called outsourcing, man. Now, here's the kicker. When you start blocking your time and you start practicing this stuff, you're going to realize I need more time. If I want to get to where I want to go faster, I got to eliminate some of the stuff that I'm wasting my time on. What are some things that we wasting our time on? Well, look, again, I don't have kids, so I'm a little different, but I'm pretty sure if I had kids, like I got to feed them. I got to take care of them. Like, I can't do the stuff that I'm doing to myself right now. I eat when I get a chance to eat. I can't raise a child like that. They got to eat on a schedule. Well, here's the kicker. I have this motto. My time, me currently, Travis, what I've created, I make over $500 an hour just myself, right? Like, this is what I build. So if I'm billing over $500 an hour, I can't be spending an hour cooking food. You hear what I'm telling you? Like, if I take an hour off to go cook food, I can't produce the things that I need to produce to stay on course of making $500 an hour. Now I've devalued my time. And you may be saying, well, Travis, how are you devaluing your time? Because you got to eat. Well, the thing is, I can go outsource cooking to somebody else. They got all types of meal prep things going on over here. Like, it may only cost me $500 for the whole month. I just saved myself an hour every day. 30 days, that's 30 hours that I get to get back. If I multiply 30 by 500, well, it's what, over $15,000? So if we over here talking about $15,000 for $500, like, again, I devalue my time if I'm cooking all day. What else can we put up there that wastes time? I want y'all to put in the comments, what are some things that, as I just gave you that example, what are some time suckers? Like, they just suck away your time and maybe somebody else could do it. I'll tell you another big one. Cleaning. If you don't hire somebody to come in and clean that house, I clean my house, and it takes me hours to clean the house from the top to the bottom. Again, I ain't got no kids. I done seen houses with kids. There's stuff all over the place. Toys all over the place. And I watch my friend with his children. And I say, hey, do you pick this stuff up every day? Every day. Pick it up. The kids take it out and the parents pick it up every single day. Well, wait a minute. What if I brought somebody in to clean all this stuff up? Like, yo, I can't spend no time picking up toys every day. Maybe 1 or 2 days out of the week, but the rest of the days, like, I got to bring somebody, I got to bring help in. How much does the help cost me? Well, all of a sudden, I can get the help to come in for about 3-4 hours, and they only going to charge me $100. No, don't quote me on those prices. I ain't had nobody in. But you get the moral of the story. I make $500 an hour. I got to be willing to sacrifice and say, hey, all this money that I'm making, I need to use it to free myself. Time is more important than money, but you need money to get time. I've never seen anybody get time without money. So if I want to raise the value of my time, I got to make more money faster. The only way that I'm going to make more money fast, I got to learn. I need time to learn. The minute I start making more money, I got to outsource tedious tasks. I got people saying, hey, well, Travis, to run my business, I got to be on social media all day. Who got to be on social media all day? Somebody got to be on social media all day, but it don't need to be you. You don't need to sit there and post stuff all day, respond to comments. And do you know how long that takes? And guess what it doesn't do? It don't make you no money. So now, again, we talking about outsourcing. Like, you can outsource this stuff. So what I need you to do tonight is I need you, again, to time block. And as you're blocking out this time, like, what are tedious tasks that I can go look out into the universe and find people who can complete it for me? Just know how much it costs. I'm not saying that you got to make the investment right now today because you heard me talking on YouTube, but you got to start building yourself up for this. You got to start building yourself up to say, hey, when I make money, I want to transfer this energy called money to other people so they can do amazing things for me so I can make us all more money. Because if I don't have time, I'm the millionaire. I'm the visionary behind this thing. If I don't have enough time to go make $1 million, well, I don't get to feed a lot of other individuals. Nobody gets to eat. This is why we got to get in the habit of outsourcing. So here's some key things that you guys can look to outsource. Fiverr. Fiverr.com is a great place to outsource daily tasks when it comes to running your business. What do they got? Graphics, digital marketing, writing, videos and animation, AI services, music, any type of business consulting. Most of you guys don't know how to do bookkeeping. I don't know why you playing around with it. You can go find yourself somebody here who can do bookkeeping, who is a trained professional and can knock this out for you. Now, I'm not telling you guys everybody over here is good at what they do. That's another thing about this whole outsourcing thing. It's no guarantee that this individual is the best one for you. So what does that mean? I'm going to have to take a risk with my money. I have to stay on top of this individual when I bring them in to do my bookkeeping for $50. The minute that they get in, I got to know a little something about bookkeeping so I can stay on top of them. The minute that I find out that they're a clown, I got to get rid of them and go to the next bookkeeping. So I lost $50 that time. That don't mean that you stop. Again, you make $500 an hour. We can't stop because we got one bad apple in the bunch. You got another $50 in your pocket. Go do it again and again and again and again until you find the person that you can outsource that task to. It's not an easy task. I want to make this very clear. It is not an easy task of finding help. I still struggle with that till today. I have a very hard time of finding help because people are extremely lazy. And they trying to get rid of all my Latino brothers and sisters for some of these tasks, and they expect Americans to do it. Americans are lazy. I need my people from the other countries trying to get out here and actually do work. So boom, we got things like bookkeeping. You didn't go to school for bookkeeping. Why are you over here playing around with that? Social media, man, listen. Social media, there's people out here just all day long doing social media. All day long. Now, I don't think you need to pay these people all this type money too. I'm not paying people $700 or some dollars, but guess what? He found some people that did. This is what I tell people about business and sales and whatnot. Just because I won't do it don't mean that somebody else won't. Somebody paid $747. And here's the beauty about this. He's charging $747, right? You get somebody down here that's charging $30. They got 1,000 people at $30. I don't know. What is that? $3,000 that they made? No. 30,000. Somewhere around that number. 30,000. $30,000 that they made. Moved to 0,000. Yeah, 30,000. Well, if I come up here and I do 745 times 18, I mean, ain't that what he charging? Let me do this math real quick. 745 times 18. He got $13,000, halfway of the $30,000 with only 18 people. He don't have to, I know 1,000 people gave this person a headache. Well, not a whole 1,000. I know 10% of that 1,000 people gave that person a headache. I know charging $745 and being okay with the $13,000. Guess what he didn't have to do? Spend a whole bunch of time messing with all them 1,000 people. He got to pour into the 18 individuals, and then he had time to do other things. And he made way more money to me than the person that got all them people at $1,000 or $30 a pop. I'm just telling y'all, that's sales and marketing stuff right there. But you have to get in the habit of outsourcing. Websites. You can't build no websites. Pay somebody to build this stuff out for you. The website don't make no money. See, that's where people get things all mixed up all the time. They're like, yeah, my website do make me. No, the website didn't make you money. You made you money. You were talking and you drove people to the website. You talked in the content and the content said, click under here, and it drove people to the website. The website don't make money. Your voice is what was making the money. So we have to get you free so you can use your voice more often. You don't use your voice enough because you keep telling me I ain't got no time. Again, we make $500 an hour, you know. You know how powerful that voice is? Why y'all think I make these videos all the time? Because I'm using my voice. My voice is way more valuable than anything else out here. Well, of course, my time is more valuable than my voice. But you get it. So I can go down this list all day and find tasks. Another one that I use. Man, why am I drawing a blank right here? Look, I got Upwork. Yeah, that's what it's called. Upwork is another place that you can go find people to do tasks. Another one, what is it? Odesk? The Odesk work. You can go find people here. They will do tasks for you. My computer acted slow. My bad. Again, there's tons and tons of places that you can find people to do work. Now, one of my other favorite places to find people to do work. Facebook. What you think I got to do? All I got to do is go in the groups. So what do you need people to do? Right? You need accounting. Because you don't know how to do it? I can type accounting in the groups and look. QuickBooks online bookkeeping community. You think it ain't people in here who know how to do accounting? I'm just showing you guys all of these places that you can go to and find people to help outsource tasks that you aren't the greatest at. So we pay some great people to do it and execute. So that's number 2. We got to get in the habit of outsourcing things. So 1, we're blocking off time to understand all the things that we got to do. 2, we're going to outsource the tasks that we ain't great at. The third thing that we're going to be focusing on is leverage and priority. Now, this is very important. I'm going to flip it real quick to priority because we just talked about the task, right? Well, priority is you got to take all of that stuff that you got blocked out on your time and all of this to do things and say, what's really a priority? I like to have 3 priorities minimum every day. Every day that I wake up, I got to say, what are 3 things that must get done today? All I got to do is go look at my time schedule right here. There's 3 things. It's got to get done. Like I can't go to sleep tonight if these 3 tasks do not get completed. Well, if I block these things out on my time, what's going to happen is you're going to complete them 3 tasks in the beginning of the day. Then you'll realize, well, wait a minute. I actually got the power to do 3 more tasks every day. Now, all of a sudden, you're getting 6 tasks completed every day, but you have to be willing to prioritize things. Now, I always like to say the stuff that makes money is always going to jump at the top of the list. I can deal with everything else later on. I was talking a little bit earlier on my social media account. I've had people mention that they've had people sick and in the hospital and they got to go down to the hospital. Well, look, I'm a business person and I work with the government. The government don't care about nobody being in the hospital. And what I've learned from my elders, my mentors, they said, well, Travis, why would you stop going to go make the money and you're the millionaire visionary to go hang out at a hospital and you don't know how to cut nobody open? There's nothing that you could do at that hospital to make that person better. But what you could do is make some more money so you can pay a special person that knows how to make that person better. I need to pay the right doctor to come in and help this individual. I don't need to go sit down there at the hospital. That ain't what I do. Instead, I need to focus. And when I get free time, okay, I'll make it down. But I'm not about to go spend a week at the hospital, sitting in the waiting room all day. And hospitals don't even want you there. So why do it? Instead, I need to prioritize things. And I'm telling you right now, one of the best things you can do for somebody who's sick is pay for help. From smart people who went to school and learned everything about the body. But you Googling about the body ain't going to help that person that's in that hospital. I had somebody talk about death. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we all going to tap out it someday. I don't know what time it's going to come, but we all are alive to die. Each and every person on this earth. A lot of people try to prolong it as long as they can. People will spend any amount of money to keep themselves alive. But at some point, you got to tap out. So what should you start doing? Preparing for what that looks like for the people who are around you and yourself. So when that day comes, you just keep moving on. This is just life. We got to prepare for this stuff. So every day that you wake up, you need to take advantage of your time and prioritize things at the top. Now, this thing called leverage. I had another mentor tell me something, and I watched it on a video somewhere else. I can't remember what video I watched. He made a very, very key point. He said, Travis, you know you could become a millionaire faster if you just used me. I'm like, no, man, I don't want to use you. You know, you are a person of high value. Like, I don't want to use you. I just, I want to get information in chunks and pieces of. He said, why? Do you realize I got to where I am today because I used the people around me? And I said, well, can you explain that to me a little bit more? He goes, well, no millionaire becomes a millionaire without using somebody. I got all of this money. I got all of these resources. Use me, because I'm going to use you. You think I'm going to give you money and my resources without getting something in return? We're all using each other. But see, that word kind of taints things and puts thoughts into our minds like we're doing something negative. So instead of saying use people, we leverage them. If you can leverage your network, you get to where you want to be a whole lot faster. You have to get in a habit of leveraging strangers. The reason why I'm telling you to leverage strangers is because the people that you've been around all your life, you ain't been able to leverage them yet. So I already know that you ain't got nobody around you right now that you can leverage to become a millionaire because you haven't done it yet. So I need you to go to a conference. I need you to get on a plane and go meet some new people. I need you to get in groups of individuals that don't look like you. There's local meetups right around you. You don't have to technically go out of town. It's a lot easier when you get away from the place that you've been living all your life because it puts you in an uncomfortable situation. But we have to go meet strangers so we can leverage them. The more you leverage individuals, the faster you get to where you want to be. Millionaires pick up the phone and leverage other individuals to get what they want done. They don't actually go do the physical work. They call people. So you got to get in the habit of leveraging things. Now, I know I said people, but we're in 2024. If you ain't leveraging AI right now, something is wrong with you. You need to slap yourself. If you ain't leveraging automations and technology right now, something is wrong with you. You need to slap yourself. The stuff that we used to pay people to do, you know, all that stuff that I showed you on Fiverr or whatnot. I mean, SB Money Flow could do it, but you got to learn the tech. You got to learn how to leverage technology. The same way you have to learn how to leverage people. But if you don't do it, I already know you just going to make the process harder for yourself. Now, the next thing, guys, I need you to make sure that you guys are joining the Pure Money community. This is what I want you guys to do. I'm going to put this in the chat. I want you to go to travisknows.com. Okay. I want you to go to travisknows.com. And when you visit travisknows.com, let me change my screen over here. I want you to come down here and I want you to join our Pure Money community. Just click on a tab. It'll take you over into our Pure Money community. When you share this video out after you like it and subscribe to the channel, then you go ahead and send this Travis Knows link out to the person that you shared this with and say, hey, join the community. It's completely for free. We got tons of amazing other things over here as well that you guys can take a part of. If you want to learn government contracting and business, okay, because we're really going to be focused on running a business that's consulting to GovCon. Well, we got the perfect thing for you. June the 2nd. Just a couple days from now, we've already started the pre-training. So I highly advise you get involved now because we already got some training working out. You can come right here to our 30-day challenge that will be kicking off June the 2nd. Technically has already started the pre-training. You can join us right now. We're going to take you to a whole nother level. You're going to learn some things that will probably blow your mind when it comes to sales, marketing, and running and operating a business. I'm going to show you how to do all of this in 30 days. So make sure that you guys visit travisknows.com, click on the link, and join us over there. But don't forget, join our community. That's the most important thing. It's completely for free. Once again, that's travisknows.com. Also, don't forget, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this video out with 3 other entrepreneurs and business owners so they can tap in and start learning this information as well. Now, the next thing that you guys are going to need to become a millionaire, another hack that I've learned throughout my time is, guys, you got to have a millionaire mindset. I'm telling you right now, if you don't have a millionaire mindset, none of this stuff works. I preach this every time I get on the call and start the calls. Type I am a millionaire in the chat because I need you to believe it. You have You got to every day wake up knowing you deserve to be a millionaire. You know how all them people talking about like, I deserve a vacation once they make a little bit of money in their pocket or they get the tax money back. They like, I deserve a new car, which again, I don't understand these deserve things. Okay. But what you deserve to be is a millionaire if you can believe that you're a millionaire. If you don't believe that you can become a millionaire, well, none of this stuff happens. If you don't believe that you can block out your time, right? That you have enough time to get yourself educated, none of it works. If you don't believe that I can walk through that door to this stranger right here that I already know got $1 billion because they got an article up about him. And I already know that this stranger has the same emotions towards things that I feel a certain way about. Like we both connect. We both think and operate the same way. And he got the money. If I don't believe that I can leverage that individual when I get through that door, guess what I'm going to do when I go to get in front of him? How you doing, sir, ma'am? I'm Travis, and I started a business, and then you start getting into your sob story, and they already done tuned out. It was all because you didn't believe that person would hear you when you talk to them. The reason you didn't believe that person would hear you when you talk to them because you didn't have the millionaire mindset. The millionaire mindset would have told you to go study that individual. The millionaire mindset would have told you you need to block out your time and practice in the mirror talking to that individual before you go stand in front of that individual's face. This is just a millionaire mindset. I told you, it's not hard to become a millionaire, but it is because this is tedious task. What is hard about going to go stand in front of the bathroom mirror and practice your talking? It's not hard. You just feel stupid. And you feel stupid because if you go talk to your broke friends about you standing in front of a mirror and talking to yourself, prepping yourself to go talk to the millionaire because you need to leverage him, your broke ass friends is going to laugh at you and call you stupid and say that's dumb. And guess what? You're going to feel like it too. But that's not what millionaires do. Millionaires believe in themselves. I don't need anybody to confirm what I'm about to do to better myself. You think that I'm going to go talk to a broke person and ask them what they think about this? No. Instead, I'm going to go ask a millionaire, is this the right steps that I should be doing? And won't no millionaire tell you, Travis, you shouldn't be blocking off your time and you shouldn't be practicing. You shouldn't research the person that you're going to talk to. You shouldn't practice in front of a mirror having a conversation before you even have a conversation with them. Ain't none of them going to tell you that, but a broke person will. Guaranteed fact. This is why we got to have that millionaire mindset. If you don't have it, you'll never get to where you want to be. Now, if you guys need to work on that millionaire mindset, guess what? Make sure that you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you guys come right here, you guys can go to my YouTube channel. You can type in millionaire. What did I call this? Money mindset. Type money mindset into my channel, and I got a whole video teaching you the steps of how to have a millionaire mindset. I'm not going to break it all down today. That's why I made the video previously. Go watch it. And you may be saying, well, Travis, I already got a millionaire mindset. Well, if you had a millionaire mindset, you have $1 million. So you need to go back and watch the video and learn how to have that millionaire mindset. It's very simple. It takes an hour and a half out of your day. Sit down and watch it. When you're in the shower, listen to it. You ain't got to see the words. You got to hear them. When you're working out, put it in your ears. Simple task that everybody can do, but they don't. The next thing, the last thing that you guys need to do is you got to keep learning. You cannot stop learning. Everyone's number one expense in their life is the lack of investing in education. Even till today, I set aside $10,000 every year to educate myself in things that I don't know. And I start with YouTube. I find the people who are talking about the things that I don't know about. I vet them, and then I go to their events. I go to the conference. I buy their book. I wish I could take this camera to my house. Look, follow me over on Instagram. If y'all follow me over on Instagram, I'll put it in my story tomorrow. I'm going to show you where my education is. I got books on books on books on books that I've read from front to back. A lot of them I've read 3-4 times because I couldn't pick it all up the first time. And most of you can't pick all the information that come up in books the first time that you read it. Reading is a very tedious task. But look, I'm pretty sure when I go back to my time blocking, where did I have my time blocking at? Let me put this in. Time. If I come back here to my time blocking, what I got right there? Read. Because I stay up till 4 o'clock in the morning. Read. And this, when I was working out, I said, I need to read faster. Guess what I started doing? They got an app called Audible. Audible ain't nothing but books. I can start listening to what they wrote in the book. The reason I'm telling you guys is because all of those expensive mentors, the Tony Robbins, the Dale Carnegies, guess what they did? They wrote it in a book. Like, you don't have to pay if you don't have all the money to go sit down in front of them, let me tell you one thing. I'm always going to prefer to pay for people's courses and their programs and to pay for their conferences. If somebody really has valuable information for you, you need to go show up and be in the atmosphere that they're in. So you can just smell the room that they in. You can see, your eyes can start to see and believe like, well, wait a minute, that person bleeds just like I bleed. That person can't dress. I dress better than them, but they make a whole lot of money. I know my swag is better than theirs. That person a little too soft. I know I'm stronger than them, but they make a lot of money. I know I can get. The eyes got to see it. The ears got to hear things that's going on in the room. You got to put your hand around people and shake their hands so you can actually touch them, because the energy is going to transfer to you when you start shaking hands and touching individuals that are doing the things that you want to do, that are operating the way that you want to operate. You got to have all of your senses kick in. You can't get that if you stay in the house all day. You can't get that if the only people that you talk to about bettering yourself are the people that you've been around for the last 30 years of your life. Obviously, they ain't got it yet. Stop trying to force it. You are the person that needs to change. You can't get everybody else to change around you. They'll change after they see you change, and then you make the decision if you want to go back and be Captain Save-A-Ho. I ain't telling you that you got to do that. But what you do need to focus on is you. We got to get you better. You can't get nobody else better until you get you better. The only way that you get better is you got to constantly keep learning information. You have to literally set money aside for education. All of this stuff can be written off too. It's not one piece of education that I ain't been able to write off. From courses to books to conferences, whatever I invest in to educate myself, I write it off. Why? Because the ecosystem, the tax system already knows in order for you to grow and generate more revenue, you got to learn. So we're saying, hey, if you invest in learning, we'll let you write that off. I don't know one millionaire that don't continue to learn information. Me going live, me having my private communities, you guys asking me questions, it forces me to learn. That's why I'm always saying, hey, I'm asking y'all, what are the questions that y'all got? Y'all are helping me learn even better. I got to see the way that you think and operate so I can go build and fix the problems. Because I'm constantly learning. Now, I put a bonus in here for you guys. I didn't want to just stop at that last one. We got to have a bonus. This sums everything up that I've been talking about if you guys focus on this bonus right here. If you do not do this bonus, I promise you, I know the results on the other end. The bonus is you have to have clear and actionable goals. So you can't do time blocking if you don't have goals. You cannot have a millionaire mindset if you don't have a goal of becoming that millionaire. You can't outsource tasks if you don't know what you're trying to outsource to get towards. You can't leverage other individuals and prioritize things that you need to do if you have no goals. And here's the kicker. You saying, I want to be a millionaire, that's not a goal. You saying, I want to have a big house, that's not a goal. You saying, I want to have a Tesla, that's not a goal. Here's the only way that you have a clear and actionable goal. Every single goal needs to have a time and a dollar amount. I've never seen a goal get accomplished if you don't know how fast you want to get it done. If you say you want that house in the next 2 years, well, we know how we got to focus for the next 2 years. Don't nothing else matter. Your goal, say in the next 2 years, I want that house. If you want a new job, well, when do you want the new job? If you say when you want the new job, guess what? You'll make it happen. If you want to leave your job, well, when do you plan on leaving your job? Because we can start to prepare for this. But if you say, I want to leave my job someday, well, someday is going to come when you're 65 and you retire and you're going to get to leave your job then. If you tell me that you want to be a millionaire someday, well, guess what? Everybody's going to be a millionaire someday if they keep working. Well, they won't be a millionaire, but they've made $1 million if they just keep working. Someday it'll get there. But if you're very direct and say, hey, I want $1 million in the next 2 years, well, now we know how we got a time block. What do you want $1 million doing? We got 2 years to get this thing together. Every day that you wake up, it's just focusing on that. Because what else matters? These are your goals. I told you the only thing in life that really matters is you worrying about yourself. So if you said that's your goals, well, that's all you should be waking up every day and focusing on is getting towards your goals, not nobody else's. Because when you do get toward your goal, then guess what? You get to help a whole bunch of other people around you. Now, if you want that house, you can't say, oh, I want a house in 2 years. Well, how much is the damn house? If the house is $1 million, well, guess what? I can call a realtor up. I can call a loan person up and say, hey, if I was to borrow $1 million, how much would it cost me to borrow $1 million to get the house? They would say, hey, your mortgage is probably going to look somewhere around, I don't know what, $5,000, $4,000 or something. Interest rates is crazy right now. Every month. So you got to figure out, well, look, the job that I currently got right now, I only make $2,500 a month. Well, your ass better get a new job. Because if we don't figure out how to get a new job, we don't get towards our goal. We know we got to make $5,000 a month consistently. If you want that Tesla, it's real easy. The Tesla costs $30,000. If you want the Cybertruck, you're looking at $100,000. How much is $100,000 going to cost? Are you planning to pay for it in cash at that time? Or are you okay with paying the monthly note? Well, we know we got to earn that type of money. It's very simple. But when you don't have clear, actionable goals that have a dollar amount and a time, well, we don't really have goals in place. The minute you set your goals, it fixes everything else. You can easily time block. You can easily outsource the tedious tasks that need to get done to get you towards your goals. You can easily leverage other individuals, technology, and everything that you want because you're going to know why and what it is that you're looking to leverage. You're going to easily be able to prioritize different tasks because you know which tasks are at the top of the list. You're going to easily be able to have the millionaire mindset because the goals is worth $1 million plus. And you're going to easily be able to keep learning because you're going to know the information that you lack to get you to a millionaire. You won't just be reading random books. It baffles me that I see people just out here just reading random stuff. Like, why you reading that? Especially my ladies, man. Y'all got to stop reading them Lifetime fairy tale books. Life ain't no damn fairy tale. You go create the life that you want. You don't have to read and dream about it. Instead, get the book of the person that's living the life that you want, and they'll tell you exactly how they did it. And you just got to do it every day. But we don't have to read fairy tales. We don't have to make believe of reading the man that you want. And only reason why I'm picking on the ladies on the reading, because my guys don't read. Ladies, y'all read. I don't know what's wrong with the guys. Ladies, y'all just reading the wrong thing. You only need one man. I don't need to read a fairy tale about how to find the perfect man. I need to get towards my goals and my vision. And guess what? The man will fall in place. Same thing, fellas. You don't need to read and watch all this stuff about whining and dining and whatnot. You need to focus on your goals and your vision. And when you start working on your goals and your vision, now guys, this is a different story. The ladies will probably be able to get to their goals and their visions without y'all. But the guys, look, we gonna need some assistance. We need some ladies around us. But guess what? Ain't no real lady, a real lady, gonna assist you if you ain't got no goals and vision directions for them to help you with. They can't help an ignorant person. An ignorant person don't know where they want to go in life. If you know where you want to go in life as a man, guess what? I promise you, there's a lady out there right now. She can help you do everything. And I ain't saying that you got to marry her or whatnot. I'm telling you, a lady's going to enter your life that can help change your life. And vice versa. But without the goals, without the time, the dollar amount, the vision of how you going to move forward, none of this other stuff works. It's just that simple. So once again, guys, I hope that you were able to pick up valuable information out of today's training. Make sure once again that you guys visit travisknows.com. Join our community completely for free. Make sure that you guys drop a fire emoji down there in the chat if you guys picked up anything that I put down for today. How do I price and create contracts for government consulting clients? Thinking about that one for a second. I was going to say, let's talk about that tomorrow, but you know, the beauty about consulting, and this is why I like consulting. Okay. This is why I try to teach you guys how to be consultants. I will advise you, if you're in a 30-day challenge, this is all we're going to be talking about. And I help you a whole lot better. You know, I got 30 days with you and you learn sales and marketing. But the same way that I showed you that somebody was doing social media out here for $745 and somebody's also doing it for $15, that's just consulting to me. So it's hard for me to tell you this is the price when there is no price. There's no set price to consulting. See, the beauty about consulting is we solve problems. I'll highly advise you to read this book. Let's Get Real or Let's Not Play. Because see, and this is, again, I got to teach you this. This is where the 30-day challenge comes into play. I got to teach you how to have a conversation with an individual. We don't talk pricing and consulting. I never talk pricing. I'm not about to tell you how much. I just want you to think of this concept. This is why you'll understand why I don't talk pricing. So that means that you got to learn the skill set of how to have a conversation. And even when somebody brings up pricing, you got to have the skills to get away from the price. I get you. The person I'm about to sell my consulting services to, I know how to get them to tell me how much I'm worth. It's simple stuff like this. I say, hey, okay, well, you bring me in, you say GovCon Consulting, right? So I come through the door and I go, hey, look, man, I know that you guys, well, first of all, I ain't talking to no broke company. So, you know, shout outs to SB Money Flow. We can go find companies that are doing big dollar amounts, right? So I already know they got the money. I don't even have to worry about that argument there. So that's the first thing. I know that the person that I'm going to talk to, they got the money to pay me. Okay. And one, I never count people's pockets. I know my value and I know my service. So I know what I'm not. Here's the kicker with the pricing. I know what I'm not going to accept. And when we start talking consulting and GovCons, I don't accept anything under $50,000. That's just number one. But when we get into the conversation, I sit down and talk with them. I'm like, hey, look, man, I know you guys have been in business for the last 4 or 5 years and you guys are doing amazing work. You've been able to, do some work over with HHS. And I'm pretty sure that you guys got tons of other clients in the private sector. But I know you want to get a little deeper in government contracting because that's what you called me here for. But I've been consulting to companies for over 10 years now doing the government contracting side. So could you explain that to me, what it would look like to you if you was to bring my company in to do government consulting work for you? And guess what they're going to tell me? The things that they expect from me as a business owner doing government consulting. They tell me everything. They lay it all out of what they expect. And I go, okay, well, you need to get your company registered. You want to have 4 to 5 contracts sent to you each and every week. You want to meet once a week to talk about your business development. You want meetings to get set up for you. And I'll just name all the stuff that they said. I'm going to repeat the exact same words back to them. I'm going, okay, well, if my company was able to come in and do that, and that, and we were able to save you time from doing this, and this, what would you say that you would be able to generate? I don't know, maybe an extra $2 to $3 million for your business because, you're expecting us to bring you about $20 million of contracts every week. So what would you say? We could make you an extra $2 to $5 million and they'll go 1 of 3 things. $2 to $5 million. Or I thought that you was only going to make me, an extra $500,000. Okay, that's one. They can say $2 to $5 million. Well, Travis, you're correct. That's exactly the projections that we was looking at, $2 to $5 million. Or they can say $2 to $5 million. Are you crazy? We trying to make $50 million, and we believe that if you put all that together for us, it'll make us $50 million. Well, you just told me how much I cost. Why the hell would I tell you that I'm only worth $20,000 and you just told me I'm about to make you $50 million? That just don't make sense now. This is why in the real consulting world, we don't talk pricing. I can just ask you questions and you let me know how valuable I am. If you tell me that, I think we can only make $50,000. Well, you ain't a client for me. And guess what? I'm just going to pack up my bag and say, well, I don't believe that we would probably be the right fit for you today. We only deal with clients who's doing $50,000 and it's just that simple. But guess what that took? Practice. You can't just jump out there and do that, what I just said. You got to practice this. And you're going to have a millionaire mindset to believe that you could go in these rooms and have that type of conversation, especially if you're a person that look like me. And you ain't never charged nobody that type of money before, you ain't going to believe. So you may be scared to say $50,000. You may say $10,000 that first time. They end up signing a contract for $10,000. You knock it out the park, and then you go, well, wait a minute. If they paid me $10,000 that easy, and I actually did the work for them, and they made $300,000, like why am I charging $10,000? The next person, I'm going up to 25, and then guess what's going to happen? They're going to pay you to 25, and then we get up to 50, and so on and so on. The most expensive that I've ever charged anybody was $180,000. And it wasn't $180,000 up front. It was $180,000 over 6 months. That $180,000 over 6 months, we was able to help them generate over $25 million. All we did was I used my network. I leveraged my network. I put them in relationships with other partners who were doing $20 to $50 million. And by me bringing them all down to the table so they could sit down and conversate together, they were able to construct a deal together. And just that simple. That's consulting. But if you ain't got no network, it ends up making your consulting work a whole lot harder. So hopefully that answered your question there. Don't forget, man, each and every week we are here Tuesday through Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Tuesday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time zone. On Tuesdays, we go over the business and the mindset. Wednesdays, we go over strictly government contracting. On Thursdays, we talk about the tools, strictly SB money flow, of how it can help you operate your business there. Make sure that you guys are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe button. Be sure to share this video out with 3 other business owners and entrepreneurs so they can make sure they get and take advantage of these 5 millionaire hacks that all millionaires use, not just one individual. Every single millionaire that I know has used them, so you should start incorporating them into your everyday life too. Don't forget, follow me over on Instagram as well so you guys can get my thought patterns, how I operate. And I'll tell you guys this, I said it on my Instagram today, and I got to stress it. Don't you come buy nothing from me if you don't believe in yourself. If you think that I'm a scammer or whatnot, don't buy nothing from me. I'm telling you right now, everything that I got to offer, there's a learning curve to it. I'm not giving no refunds. I don't care what is going on in your world. Business don't stop. It's stuff going on in my world that y'all don't care about either. And vice versa. This is just the way that the world works. So don't give me no sob stories. I don't care about how many kids you got and you a single parent. That don't motivate me to do nothing. I don't get sad about none of that stuff. I don't care about people who have passed away. Like, I care about you bettering yourself. And if you want to better yourself, you got to focus. You got to get rid of all of the distractions, the deaths, the sickness, the mishaps, the love and relationship. You got to get rid of all of that because I don't care and don't nobody else care. Not in the real business world. Make all the money that you can make, build the lifestyle that you want. And then guess what? When you start making that type of money, then you can go cry and somebody will listen to you. But when you broke and you ain't got nothing going for you, the people that got all the money that you need to leverage, they don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That's the last thing that I want to hear is you tell me a sob story and you tell me your struggle. You think I ain't struggle? You got another thing coming to you. But once again, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you visit travisknows.com. Join our community completely for free. You can absolutely join the community. It won't cost you one single thing. But if you truly want to take yourself to the next level, if you are ready to run, if you are ready to grow, I need you to join the 30-day challenge. Yes, it starts, I got January the 2nd up there. It's June the 2nd. Go to sbgovconlive.com. We've already kicked off the pre-training. In this 30-day challenge, I'm going to teach you how to be a GovCon consultant. We're going to practice on our consultancy skills. We're going to utilize the tools. Okay, you're going to be using SB Money Flow on this 30-day challenge. You're going to be using Pure Money AI on this 30-day challenge. But I'm going to teach you sales and marketing and communication on this 30-day challenge to make you one of the best consultants out here, because I need you guys to generate more money faster. I need you to become millionaires. That's my mission. That's my goal. I need more millionaires around me. I made $1 million real fast, and I realized ain't nobody else around me up here. It's a bunch of old ass people to talk to. And I ain't knocking my old people. Y'all have taught me a lot of things, a whole bunch of information that has allowed me to better my life. I advise all of y'all, y'all need some elders to talk to because they've already been through this thing called life. Whatever problems you got coming up, it's an elder out here who's already figured it out and made it through. If you just talk to them, guess what? They can tell you how to make it through too. But what you are going to need when you get all this money is people that look like you, same age as you. You're going to need those people to be around. And guess what? I ain't been able to find them of what I want. Like, I know where some of them at, but they be scamming and stuff. Oh, they be lying. You know what I'm saying? I've been so confused. That's why I lost so much money. I lost so much money because I was paying all these people in Atlanta and they just kept taking my money because I was literally begging to find all of these individuals. And then I just made a decision. Let me go create them. I'll go create the millionaires that I want. I'll talk the way that I want to talk, and the people who buy into what I'm telling them, like who don't have a problem with the way that I talk, who don't have a problem and all of a sudden shut down when I say I don't care about the deaths and stuff in your family. The people that get that and understand, like, yo, yes, I am saying that. I care about you as a person, but when it comes to this business life, like, hey, ain't nobody got time for that. I want those type of people. So I'm building it. I'm developing. I'm creating my own millionaires. And we're going to do it on this 30-day challenge. Make sure that you guys tap in. sbgovconlive.com. Get yourself registered so you can start changing your life. All right. That's all I got for y'all today. I love you all. Make sure that y'all have a blessed day. And hey, I hope it's halftime. I got to see if this Dallas Mavericks going to make me my money. I need them to lose tonight. I ain't even going to lie. I got some money on it. I know it's a long shot, but hey, if they lose tonight, we'd have made some cash. I love all y'all. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, 8:30 p.m.